spot to make contact with the ball. But I still wanted even more power, which was tricky because there was already so much force that we busted our industrial strength quick release, which is why there's a loose bolt in the frame here, which is just never something you want to see. And so for the fourth and final version, we upgraded to a much beefier quick release, and then increased our spring force to 2 tons. We also got clever with some mechanical advantage by making the diameter of the leg sprocket twice as small as the driving sprocket. So it rotated twice as far, but in the same amount of time.
You're weird.
Which means we doubled the speed. With a big build like this, you are only as strong as your weakest link.
Because what you just said.
Prototyping, failing, and fixing helps flush out all the weak links as quickly as possible until hopefully there's none left. And so a year after we first started, this fourth version finally had the kind of power and accuracy I was hoping for, even if we were definitely pushing the physical limits in a few critical spots. For now, though, it's time to give this Praetor a proper introduction.
So Red Finkel is my surrogate. This is what I couldn't do even with my barefoot. See the full right here.
Like, join my map.
Okay, 2 steps over.
You're doing aim training.
Okay, here we go. You ready? 3, 2, 1. Get up! That's my boy! That's my boy! That looks pretty easy, huh? I hate to tell you, man, that wasn't full power.
In fact, that was only 1/3 power. For a half power demonstration, we went to the extra point location, where for reference, here is Praetor, the mere human, kicking full power into the net.
Let me
and
do
Finkel
aim
at
training?
half power, kicking it into the stands. And at this point,
That's a
we broke the
spectate.
sleeping giant, because first of all, Matt suspiciously
Let's
asked him to
go.
hold his next kick.
14 FPS.
And secondly,
No.
after that 50-yarder, he continued working his way down the field,
No.
despite my best efforts to even further.
Wait, why?
Oh my god.
Oh. My fault.
I had this great idea to arrange with my buddy Paul Nerkala to get some drone racing.
Wait, which one's the best?
World champion, and that would just be so dope.
Gonna do
This
tile
cheers from a
frenzy.
test session we arranged to see how cool it would look, and it turns out the answer is really freaking cool. But after we got everything set up, a staff member requested we didn't fly drone inside, so you're just gonna have to use your imagination as Praetor bombs this 60-yarder. Which meant the next kick attempt would be farther than his NFL record. And one of the things Matt does so well is that technically you want to launch the ball at 45 degrees to maximize the distance on a kick. More than that, and you waste your energy and height. Lower than that, and it hits the ground prematurely. In real life, though, where the ball experiences drag from wind resistance, the ideal angle is closer to 40 degrees, which you can see Praetor has down to a science.
This is 1 yard past the NFL record which this man holds. Get up, mate. Get up. It's good! Go back a little further. You're crazy, dude. I'm putting on my rally cap for you, buddy. As much as I don't want to get doused with Gatorade.
And while Matt's taking a few attempts at this 70-yard field goal, let me just say that it's really special being in the presence of an elite athlete such as himself.
Don't rule out barefoot here. You know what I mean? Oh my goodness.
These were honestly the first shots he'd missed all day from anywhere on the field.
No, dude, well done.
So now that Praetor was unsuccessful from 70 yards, Finkel rolled over to potentially win the competition and save me from an ice bath.
All of this started when we discovered the benefits of local raw honey for our family.
And then we said, hey, you know what? This is a business right here.
All right, here we go. A little bit of train horn for good luck and good measure.
And this is where Matt got a little taste of Finkel's true range of motion. This was about 80% full power.
That's all you gotta do, dude. That's all you gotta do. 3, 2, 1, hit it! Go, baby, go!
And so even with a terribly inefficient launch trajectory, we'd settled the question of man versus machine.
That's my boy! That's my boy! Finkel! The hang time, though, right?
So high. I think it was gonna get there.
I know!
But But since Finkel had made the trip all the way out here, we decided to keep going and try his foot next at an 84-yard field goal, which is an even 20 yards past the NFL record. But first, we wanted to try and figure out the foot speed of Finkel versus Prater. So we recorded a few kicks in slow-mo with a checkerboard background behind it. This is a trick I learned while at NASA that they've used for ages, because if you know the size of each of those squares, it allows you to watch back the clip and tell the speed of any moving object in the footage by converting grid boxes per second to miles per hour. So when you do this, you find Matt's foot is moving at an insane 48 miles per hour, which puts him right up with the elite place kickers and soccer players. The robot's foot, however, is traveling more than 30 miles an hour faster at a blazing 82 miles per hour. We also measured the ball speed after contact, and while Prater is at 80 miles per hour, which is again insanely fast, the robot clocks in at 120 miles per hour. And that checkered background speed trick is so cool that I invented this. I call it the 40-mile-an-hour blanket because it's a real soft, functional blanket on one side, but the other side has these squares that are sized just right so that if you film in slow-mo on your phone, the math works out perfectly so that you just count how many squares it travels in exactly one slow-mo second, and that's how fast it's moving in miles per hour. So for example, if I film this Nerf dart in slow-mo, then I play it back and just count the squares it crosses in 1 second, in this case it's 28 squares, then we know it was traveling 28 miles per hour. And just to prove this approach works, we used a radar gun to check our answer, and it came up with the exact same speed. And so it turns out, I throw a Nerf football at 15 miles per hour, and I can do a short sprint at 12 miles per hour. There are 40 total squares, which means you can measure anything up to 40 miles per hour with one blanket. But if you get 2 blankets, then you can unlock the achievement to measure things up to 80 miles per hour. And if you get 16.7 million of them, you can measure the speed of light. And it's not just a speedometer and a cozy blanket you can put on your bed, but the back is solid blue, which works great as a green screen for filming or for video call background replacement. And a very limited quantity are available on my relatively new website, markrober.com, where every single dollar of anything I sell goes right back into making builds and videos like this one. And even if you're like, I got plenty of blankets, Mark, I put all the critical square spacing info on the website so you can construct your own grid and still have fun with the science. And so now that we knew Finkel could blast these balls at 120 miles per hour, here was his first attempt from 83 yards, although still not quite full power, and I'll explain why in a second.
Okay, a little bit of horn. Now we're ready. 3, 2, 1.
And when you see this, these balls were no Deflategate Brady specials. These were the most inflated footballs I'd ever handled. You could barely dent them in with your hand. It's just the pressure from the robot foot was that high.
Oh my god.
The first kick had the worst possible trajectory, and so the hang time was hilarious.
We had quite a bit of energy up in the air. I think we need to optimize this a bit. But straight is a gosh darn arrow.
So for the next one, we arranged the foot to contact higher up on the ball so it wouldn't pop it up so much, but still not a full power kick.
Go! Please!
But this one was just short because it knuckleballed and didn't pop up high enough. So now we knew exactly where to strike the ball to split the difference between those two, and we figured we might as well leave it all on the table and go full throttle. Which makes now a great time to explain why we weren't just doing this on every kick. On our last trip to the practice field, we were totally dialed in, as you can see here. I mean, that thing is suborbital. As a reminder, this is a 60-yard attempt. This is only 4 yards shy of the NFL record. And as you can see, we've got a little room to spare as we pass through the uprights. So then just for fun, we opened it up and sent all 2 tons of spring force through the machine and into the ball, which is when this happened.
We're just going absolutely full, all of the power. What? Oh my.
As you watch that clip back, the ball landed here, but it had the height to clear the uprights right here. And you'll notice that's right above this unique pattern in the cement. And from the satellite view, that unique pattern is right here. Now we were kicking from the 50-yard line, so the question is, what is that distance? Well, if we borrow this convenient 100-yard measuring stick, then that kick would have gone through the uprights with no tee and a slight headwind from 105 yards away. Now this is a bit of a good news, bad news situation, because on one hand, the ability to max out the robot and kick 105-yard field goals is amazing. But on the other hand, on the very next kick, this happened.
The leg is off. We might be done for today.
Basically, you sheared the key in the key shaft because of the whole 2 tons of spring force thing. And in case you're unfamiliar, this is the key. It's just a chunk of metal that gets wedged in here so that when the key shaft turns, the sprocket turns with it. So the final improvement would have been to swap the key shaft with a spline shaft because those distribute the load evenly among many surfaces as opposed to just one. Unfortunately, those spline shafts had a 2-week lead time, and we were flying to Detroit a few days after this.
Right, Finkel, from 83 yards, full power plus a little more. 3, 2, 1. Oh! Oh!
Oh, like butter.
Oh!
Watch Finkel's head here. I'm sorry, buddy. And sure enough, it was the key that was the culprit. Keys aren't supposed to do this. Like, that's bonkers. And so despite the explosive finale, I'm calling this a W. Not only did Robot Ray Finkel beat the NFL record with a 70-yard kick at sea level with no wind, but he did it at 80% power and a super inefficient kick trajectory. On top of that, even though he lost a couple freaking legs in the process, he showed he's capable of bombing a 105-yard field goal into a slight headwind right off the turf with no tee. And so with all that, honestly, I was willing to let Prater off the hook, because an argument could be made that I technically sort of cheated. But his son Pax was already way too excited about the prospect, which I thought was just fantastic, until it turned out he got off easy by comparison. This is me as a 4-year-old with an incredibly non-functional 2x4 violin I built. Now, compared to a 120-mile-an-hour field goal kicking robot, that looks pretty simple. But I like that picture because it's a reminder that if you want to get good at literally anything, you have to start with the basics. When it comes to creating stuff and making the basics seem...
Welcome to Planet God. Shaving and skincare products made with cucumber and vitamin E for healthy looking skin. Through our partnership with Plastic Bank, every product purchased prevents 10 plastic bottles from entering our oceans. Planet God, kind skin and the planet.
Today we ask the ego question, will it Big Mac? Let's talk about that. Good mythical morning, and we're back for summer. We only took a week off, but we missed you. And we just could not wait to jump into our summer season.
Yes, now we're going to be doing things a little bit different this summer because usually we just do 3 times a week, and one of those days is guest hosted, but not this summer. This year has been so upside down and crazy that we want to give you a normal summer, if that could be called a thing. We're coming at you 5 times a week, and we're going to be right here at this desk every single time.
Rhett, can we agree that the Big Mac is one of the greatest...
Right, let me show you what happens when I try and hit a wall play.
I would agree with that.
You need a ball cannon.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do. That's why you don't know how to
Alright,
do
watch
it.
what happens when I ball cannon.
Yes.
Okay.
Because you need to learn how to do
It's
it.
a classic. Since it was introduced in 1968, the recipe for the Big
See,
Mac
I just go under it.
is virtually unchanged, which means it's
You're a
practically
beast.
begging for us to
Huh?
take
You're a
that Mac
beast.
and apply it to other dishes. It's time for, well, it's Big Mac.
We are keeping the stacked format of a Big Mac, but we are getting experimental with the ingredients to see how far the Big Mac format is.
Yeah, and to start things off, we got some cheesy that we cook those down easy. Who said you can't have your cake burger and eat it too? Introducing the Big Mac and Cheese Cake, aka the Big Cheesy. Josh?
What did you do? Well, let's start off a little funky here, fellas.
Funky.
2 method
With
chats.
the buns, we coat them in graham cracker crumbs. We infuse the beef and the cheese with just straight cheesecake, with the sweet pickles and the graham cracker coated and fried onions. And I hope that's it. There's still a burger. It's still a burger. There is about a 60-40 beef to cheesecake ratio in that beef to cheesecake ratio is something I never thought I'd hear.
I mean, squint your eye.
I'm happy. and you just see a Big Mac.
Sorry, strawberry special sauce.
Oh, strawberry special. Oh, yeah, and the strawberry special sauce is going everywhere. Dink it, summer dink it. Ooh. Well, it's gonna get messy. I apologize. I'm taking a lot of toothpaste. Now listen, Josh, I respect this. And I thought that I was just going to try to be nice. Sounds like he's about to say he does not like. Sometimes I'll be honest with you. Sometimes I'm just trying to be nice. But I don't think I just have to be nice. I got to be honest. This is good. I don't know how. I like cheesecake. I like beef. I didn't think that it would mix, but it does. I mean, there's a sweetness. I mean, it definitely has a dessert vibe, and it plays tricks on your mind. And if you really want it, and you're going in for it, it delivers. Okay, so cheesecake. Will it make that? Yes. That's the mythical chef Josh's terrifying mind. Doritos have been infused into a bunch of dishes here at GMM over the years, so much so that our stomachs are probably on shit at this point. But we've never infused Doritos into a Big Mac. So, without further ado, we bring you the Doritos Big Mac, aka the Big Snack. All right, guys, and help us understand what is that orange fajita.
High school guidance counselor. So what I've done is I took the Tapatio Doritos, a personal favorite, and I custom a bunch of that. I infused the actual patties with Cool Ranch Doritos. There are sweet chili crusted onions. There are Doritos Flamas crusted pickles and spicy nacho special sauce. Oh, with the nacho cheese infused chilies.
I mean, all I can smell is like a bag of Doritos. So there's like, and there probably is a full bag for the Doritos in this one. There's at least 5 flavors of Doritos in this.
That's correct.
You know, there are moments in my life when I wish I had a Big Mac. This is one of them. The fact that you dropped that much, don't you say that? The Dorito comes inside the pizza. The Dorito comes on the outside of the bun. There is sort of a sand-like quality. It's hard to follow. It's great to taste. It kind of gets off on the inside of your mouth and on the inside of your throat. But you know, that's what the sauce is for. And you know what? It's not like you can't drink a little bit. Drink, yeah, just drink water. Taste is great. But I don't know. We have to decide if we can get over the desert-like eating experience. I love the taste. This is a tough one because I just isolate the beef. That Cool Ranch beef. That's weird. But good. And I think at the store, you know, people will be picking apart just to be in awe of every single layer. The store? Yeah, at the McDonald's store. After you've done that before, you called the store. The McDonald's store. Man, the idea is so perfect and the execution is great. I think I can overcome. Honestly, I think I can overcome the Doritos. And you know how you do that? Just keep drinking. Right. So, Doritos, will it Big Mac? Yes! You want a red shirt? I do too. I'm going to go to mythical.com to get in the summer spirit. Oh, I'll join me. You can, I'll get my own. Might be a little big, but you want to wear it? Just ask me. Good looking shirt. Okay. You can have breakfast for dinner. Yeah, we've all done that. But what about dinner for breakfast? We have got the holy grail of breakfast meals, the Grand Slam from Denny's, introducing the McDenny's Big Slam. Yes! And somehow, it's gotten even bigger. And look how tall this thing is. What is the purple stuff happening here?
So the purple stuff is a blueberry infused special sauce, and then we have sesame pancake buns. We have maple beef breakfast sausage. We've actually cooked the lettuce into a thin omelet.
Oh.
We've cooked the onions into a thin patty of hash browns, and then we've actually made a savory cheese pancake.
This got sausage? Cheese pancake?
Cheese pancake.
No, listen. Oh, okay, so I've been stretching my little mouth. There's the cheese pancake. I'm afraid I may have never met y'all. Now, I'm a little concerned about this lettuce omelet. Yeah, but well, let us try it and see what we think about it. Oh, gosh. Make it. How are we going to... I don't know. I thought you can half of it, but... I can't do it. Mm-hmm. Blueberries and pickles.
Oh, those are the bacon fat pickles. Imagine someone taking 5 McGriddles, stacking them vertically, but then doing about the twisted stuff to them. That's what's happening.
But I really like what just happened in my mouth.
I mean, who knew that eating a Big Mac would be like a weightlifting competition? Is he gonna break his back? Is his jaw gonna just not go back?
I really like this.
The only thing that I need to pass on is the pickles. That's throwing me.
Ben, when you're done with this round, go outside, take a bowl of dog poop. There's a lot of it out there
Other
already.
than that, this
You
is
heard?
Dad, I'm in the tournament.
Absolutely.
Yeah, when you're done with this round.
Yeah, Dad, I'm in the tournament. 10 rounds.
All right, Ethan, when you're done with that round, you do it.
I'm not in the round. I'll go through it now.
Denny's breakfast. Will it be?
You want me to?
Yes.
Sorry if I would help you, but
You want me to do the
There's been many times when I've had Chinese takeout and wished I would have just gotten a Big Mac. But now I'm wishing I would have
Alright, I
gotten
won't.
a Chinese takeout that is a Big Mac. Introducing the Big Mac Takeout, aka the McTakeout.
Wish no more.
sorry if I would help you.
Wish in one hand and crap in the other and see what Josh does. Is that the same?
It seems that we have
model.
How does this kid get that, bro?
wonton buns.
How?
Yeah, so I actually wrap the buns in wontons inside.
Can't turn around
We have
fast
beef and
enough.
broccoli patty glazed in oyster sauce, kung pao cheese, sweet and sour special
Kung pao
sauce,
cheese.
kung pao cheese, long sauce marinated onions, and soy sauce pickles.
So I see the broccoli peeking out.
That's actually been chopped and infused into the patty itself, so it's broccoli runs through it.
Why is the pickle?
Soy sauce marinated.
Okay, I'm gonna do a nice. Ooh.
And one of you has a paper portion inside the big patty. That's all.
I mean, I squished it and nothing happened. I put like all of my force. All of it's good looking work. I mean, maybe we should leave it. Okay. I mean, that greasy wonton smacks you in the mouth. Well, that's just the first thing that hits you. That special sauce comes back in afterwards. That's unraveling. Mm-hmm. It's like a story. Yeah. I really enjoy the crunch of this wonton. Nailed that.
It's really, really good. I do believe that if I were to finish it, I would probably exceed my soda intake for the week. Based on what that bite just did to my mouth. But it's all working together. Even the broccoli. It was a really good broccoli. I'm not complaining.
Chinese food, will it be back?
Yes!
honestly, I think this is my best part. So we've actually taken snail shells and ground them up and pressed them in buns. We're going to give you some extra flavor.
Larry, linking in the audio said the shells of the snail.
That's correct. We don't mix food.
Donut.
Yeah,
Pizza buns.
that's correct.
Well, I said I like the crunch, but that's not what I did.
It's extra crunchy. And the patties are about 80-20 meters of the snail to be. What you're seeing on the bun there is the snail eggs. So you can see that we mixed with special sauce. We marinated the pickles and the snail juice. We actually juiced the snails.
Juice all the snail.
And then infuse a little bit of that snail juice into some white cheese.
I didn't know that white cheese. Snail eggs.
Oh yeah, internet, man. You can get anything.
Okay, well, I'm going to stop whispering because I don't think we're that close to the edge anymore.
We got some whole snails inside the package.
Oh, no, they're on the edge, too. I can see all this light stuff kicking out.
Right, so we've also blended the snails throughout the way.
Before you eat it, snail it. You get the snail out of the snail at all. This is actually almost marvelous red sauce. No, you know what? I am unbiased. I only want to tell the truth. I want to discover how you feel. No. I want to be honest. It's not what you know, I just want to be real. I know you want to eat, and I love to give that to you, but you have a job to do.
I want to earn it.
Focus. Well, hey, that's what's going on. Slightly longer. But now, in every single plate, yeah, I feel like I'm just eating a Big Mac. You know what take this now? I just ate something that was like gritty, like dirt. Yeah, that's the snail shell that's in the front. But the taste is indiscernible from a normal Big Mac. And I am not exaggerating at all. If you know me, I didn't come into this wanting this to happen. But what I'm saying, honest, without any bias, is it tastes like a Big Mac. Exactly like a Big Mac, except there's like seashells on top. And you know what? That's like, it kind of takes me to one of those days where like, you're like, you can't mix these on the beach.
That's the easiest thing I've ever done. Picking up that dog poop with bags, I miss it. Because of how easy it is.
Actually goes through the umbrella. And you're like, hopefully nobody knows that's our umbrella. And you walk away. And you come back and you realize that this Big Mac was falling into the sand. And you're like,
Thanks for doing that.
What?
Thanks for doing that.
You're welcome.
and you were really crushed. How is this happening? How did you get the snail fried? Oh, so seamlessly into the Big Mac.
I killed a pro player.
It's not him.
Huh?
I killed a pro player.
Who?
Outcast ball.
Who's that?
Look it up.
Linking in the
You
line.
just said the shells of the snail.
That's correct.
We
We
don't
don't
mix
mix
the
food.
part you don't. Based on what that bite just did to my mouth, but it's all working together. And even the broccoli, there was a little hint of broccoli, and I'm not complaining about it.
Chinese food. Will it, Big Mac?
Yes!
Oh!
Food is just too fast.
Oh my.
Slowest creature on the planet. And it's our newest Big Mac creation. The Big Snail. And we're always whispering about it.
Hey, what's up, man? We're rare friends.
Give Mark the tournament.
Well, we can talk.
Huh?
That's why I was whispering. Because we're coming to a precipice that we've only come to a very select number of times where every single thing we do.
You're saying we're coming to the edge and we're about to push the
See my new montage?
Potentially, do you think that this could happen? Do you think that the Big Snail can do it? Well,
Mark, I think I killed a pro
how
player
you did it, and then we'll
last game.
decide by eating it if it does.
Yeah, honestly, I think this is my best part. So we've actually taken snail shells and ground them up and pressed them in buns. We're going to give you some extra texture.
Literally,
Linking in the
you
line.
just said the shells of the snail.
That's correct. We
We
don't
don't
mix
take
food.
the part you don't eat.
Mhm. Yeah,
Pizza buns.
that's correct.
Well, I said I like the crunch, but that's not what I had in mind.
It's extra crunchy. And the patties are about 80-20 meters of the snail to be. What you're seeing on the bun there is the snail eggs. It's a delicacy that we mixed with special sauce. We marinated the pickles and the snail juice. We actually juiced whole snails.
Juice whole snail.
And then infuse a little bit of that snail juice into some white cheese.
Oh, so I didn't know that white cheese, snail eggs.
Oh yeah, internet, man. You can't anything.
Okay, Well, I'm gonna stop whispering because I
Number one has like
don't think we're that close to the edge anymore.
There's some little snails inside the package. Oh, good.
Oh no, they're on the edge too. I can see.
Oh wow,
This black stuff peeking out.
Alright, so we've also blended snails throughout the whole package.
it's like going
Before
for.
you eat it, smell it.
It doesn't smell like a snail at all. This is actually almost red size. Okay, here we go.
No, you know what? I am unbiased. I only want to tell the truth. I want to discover.
I will if you want.
No, I don't. I want to be honest. This is not for you. This is for them. I'm just being real. I know you want your queen sweep, and I love to give that to you, but we have a job.
Wait, look.
I want to earn
Never mind. It's not good. It's not good.
Hey, listen, I'm just going in with an open and slightly biased.
You're gonna save track.
You put snail in every single place.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
I feel like I'm just eating a Big Mac.
can you get check the snail?
I just ate something that was like gritty, like dirt.
Yeah, that's the snail shell that's in the bun.
But the taste is
Big Mac.
indiscernible from a normal Big Mac. And I am not exaggerating at all.
If you know me, I didn't come into this wanting this to happen. But what I'm saying,
Oh,
honestly,
the walls in there.
without any pre-bias, is it tastes like a Big Mac.
Exactly like a Big Mac, except there's like seashells on top of it.
And you know what? That's like, it kind of takes me to one of those days where like, you're like, let's get Mickey D's on the beach. Let's make the kids happy.
It is
And then you get out there and the wind's like a lot stronger than you anticipated. And your umbrella goes and flips and flips and it actually goes through an old lady. And you're like, well, hopefully nobody knows that's our umbrella. And you walk away. And you come back and you realize that your Big Mac lunch has fallen into the sand. And you're like, well, it's still a Big Mac. I gotta eat it. And then you eat it and you're like, it kind of has a little gritty crunch. How is this happening? How did you get the snail to hide and flow so seamlessly into the Big Mac work?
I can see the snail everywhere. It's not hidden, except to my taste buds. Snail! Well, a Big Mac!
Yes! We have a queen sweep! Everything will today.
Josh, I didn't do it for you, which means you earned it. Congratulations, man.
That's hard to do. That's hard to do. Let me tell you right now.
Hey, you know what? It's gonna be a good summer. I don't know about everywhere else, but right here, you, me, him, all of us,
Right.
we're gonna summer it up, y'all. Take some subscribing and click it now.
Wait, you know what time it is.
I am sculpted looking self for us. And you see this, I just want to show that you are loved and you matter. But now, it's time to spit the wheel
Hello?
of practicality.
Yo.
We concur.
How much points do you have?
Watchers determine which soda goes best with the Big Mac. You give us a
And about the weather musicality going in.
Stay
Oh,
fresh all summer long
I've
with our
seen.
good mythical summer Stay Fresh tea. Available now at
Two.
mythical.com.
Probably good because you're versing pro players.
You guys, my friends over here. The creek is full of tons of cool kids.
Try like average like
All those
10
kids
to
gather
15
together,
points a
everyone's
game.
welcome, and everyone can be who they want to be. Friends forever. And the best part is,
Yo, Dirty is good. I landed and got 3 mythic chests, got a purple scar, purple attack, and a gold sniper.
New day, new adventure, and you see the creek. So
Huh?
join us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Saturday mornings at 10 on your
I'm trying to play placement, but there's like a lot of people.
When we discovered the benefits
Sure.
of local raw honey for our family.
And then you said, hey, you know what? This is a business right here.
We went out and started to sell it.
To help us get going, we got to new Chase Business Complete Baking. It's more than a baking.
I'm just camping.
Which lets us take car payments anytime, anywhere,
Yeah.
and get same day deposits at no extra cost. It's more than honey. It's about growing
No.
something for our family.
A kill's 1 point.
Chase for business. Make more. What's yours?
Mhm. Yeah, I'm just sitting in this so quickly.
Today we ask the age-old question.
Will it milkshake? Let's talk about that.
I'm gonna look up what.
Good mythical morning!
And happy 1,800th episode of this show. 1,800 episodes. Can you believe it?
I can. Oh, yes, because we were here live. We were live on this. Well, we lied to you. Believe it. Listen, we want to thank you for sticking with us, watching the show. We don't just make this show because we love it. We do it because you love it. Some of you love it. We love that you love it. Some of you just click on it every once in a while. Like, I don't know which one's red and which one's linked. We're welcome you as well. I mean, go back. There's more to watch. I'm linked. We're very, very grateful that you're here. All of you. He's right. We look different in other episodes. Yeah, we changed a lot over the years. All right. Seeing as how we're in the middle of summer, that's how, and things are only getting hotter, we can't think of a better way to celebrate 1,800 episodes. I mean, Judge Judy has over almost 4 times that. 4,300 episodes. That's not 4 times. No, it's not. It's a little over.
I'm in a like 30% scrim match right now.
We can't think of a better way to celebrate. Less than that. I don't mean to be down.
I got 8
All right,
points.
I'm back into it. If I cheer these
I'm at least trying to get 15. Or 20.
Milkshakes that have
Hey,
never
there's
graced
9.
the lips of people. Just you. Yeah, until the neck. It's time for Well and Milkshake. Okay, normally in the first round we do something sweet, but with milkshakes, they basically have done everything sweet under the sun. Yeah. So we thought we could find something.
Oh yes, nobody even took that yet.
Make over your Thursday.
What? Why?
Buttermilk shake. Get it? Butter milkshake? Yeah, it's a milkshake just made with a whole bunch of butter. How much butter? What did you
You died?
do, Josh?
Oh, too much butter. So we blended a bunch of Kerrygold yellow butter into the actual shake itself. We topped it with whipped butter. We topped that with brown butter caramel, and then there's also just fresh butter shavings on top of that.
Just fresh butter shake. Oh my goodness. Top it off with fresh butter shake. And vanilla
sweet cream ice cream. So just pure butterfat.
Oh wow. It's pretty thick. Well, let's do it. Let's do a ceremony of dink and sing. I mean, I haven't gotten it yet, so it doesn't count. And
My endgame's in
suck on it.
in the sand, so.
Wow.
Brad, you might have got the solid butter.
And I have the
You
best
kinda, like,
flavor.
chew it from the bottom.
Mine was easy to get into my mouth, but then it was. Whoa, that was. There we go. It was just a straight butter ball that I had to get through. That is rich. Now this thing has 2,800 calories in it. That's more calories than episodes we have. It's actually 1.55 calories per episode. But less than the number of Judge Judy episodes. I mean, just look at how this
Bunch of
disc
kids in
of
policy.
butter whipped cream sits on the top.
No, I'm not gonna bother anyone.
Yeah, that's
Because I already know they're gonna kill me.
I mean, if you love butter, you'll love this. I love butter so much. It's just the caloric intake is really getting on my nerves. I want to feel like at any point during the consumption of this
Go.
milkshake, one of my arteries could just be like,
Yeah.
"Peace out, I'm done." That's called a heart attack.
W can't start now in the mid.
I'm trying to put a positive spin on heart attacks, okay? Okay. But is my
I'm gonna
favorite
shoot at
thing
this
in a
guy.
milkshake.
One point.
No, come on. Listen, I know we're in a celebratory
He's standing
mood,
still.
but
I'm
this is a
sniping.
bit much. I like big butter and I cannot lie. Butter, will it milkshake? No. Okay, no. Okay, next up, we were thinking about bringing the warm feeling of the winter holidays
If I get
into
sniped.
summer.
Okay.
The good friends, the laughter, the ham, meat,
No.
the honey shaked ham. Oh, yeah. This is a honey baked ham themed.
Oh, I hate
milkshake.
that, bro.
How do you get a honey baked ham into a milkshake? Blender?
No. When you go on sand in like the little dirt patch, you get out.
Also put candied ham fresh on top, blended some candied ham into the ham whip beneath that, and there's a ham fat caramel.
That's one thing they need to fix.
Licking around a little bit.
Right. Box up right in the middle circle. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have done that.
Good. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, yeah. And it can't be duplicated by the places.
What?
I tried.
Nice.
I tried to buy it.
I have 11 points.
Harry J. Homestelar opened the first honey baked ham store in Detroit in 1957. The idea for the spiral slicing process came to him in a dream. Is this a dream? Maybe I gotta taste it for real. It's pink, and you think it might be strawberry, but that's just ham pinkness. What's in the whipped cream? Ham. These chewy cubes on top. What's this?
That's the ham.
Okay. When I eat the part that's still ham intact,
Yeah.
it's really tasty.
Yeah.
But something about ham being turned into what it will be turned into in my stomach for me is not. It's hard to do.
Why is he targeting me? Turn it down, turn it down.
Better than the butter for me. Not better than. I mean, my stomach does. And when you have the sugar here, it really does help. Come on, man. Oh, you know me. I'll go along with it anything. I got no problem. Oh, so okay. If you want to say yes, I'll say yes. I don't care. Then I become the bad guy for knowing butter. Exactly. That's my point. Honey baked ham. Will it milkshake? Yes. Celebrate 18 on
Is this kid still shooting at me?
Super Mythical Beast tea. It's only available for 18 hours at mythical.com. The clock is already ticking, so get it now.
Come on, more placement, bro.
You were here for this. Yes. Okay, now, everybody is working about right? The name should be treated like a car crash. Mandatory cooling off period. That's what you got to remember. Or put it in a milkshake. This is the Rico Toast.
Pickles, shut up.
There's toast on top.
You get pickles, bro.
Well, that's the Totino's Crostino.
Pickles, we're in the tournament.
That's the Totino's Crostino. Get it? And then there's the Totino's pizza roll that's right on top. And what's there in the middle?
So in the middle there is some mozzarella with cream, and then there's a fresh pizza roll, one that's milkshake, and then
Kids, you die.
cheese.
Please.
Butters.
There's only 10 people left of mine. I have 11
Let's
points.
find a mindset to give this a fight. I can't do that.
Like it's annoying.
Well, give it to me. How good? Like, how you tell me something. I gave it to you with your eyes. And now you'll like it.
There's a ton of that one, bro. Oh, I don't really have that much for that one.
I think I gave it back to you when I. Okay, good. Yeah.
A 12.
Hey. Wow.
Number one is like,
It kind of has a.
it is.
It's very starchy. It's
So it is.
milkshake that I've had in a while.
Yeah.
You still want it to work? There's a basis thing.
Wait, how much codes do you have?
Or, I like the
You probably had 5
I like a
placement.
really thick milkshake. You know, one that you could use the straw itself as like a spoon. Get that whipped cream. Get that straight up whipped cream. That's good.
What about the butterscotch?
Yeah, where is that, Josh?
I just go for Mythic Snicker every game.
Oh, it's that orange, all that orange stuff. Oh yeah. I mean, I gotta admit, it's kind of tough to eat. I mean,
No,
I
to
find
travel.
the bright spots. Yeah, and it's that butterscotch sugar.
Why is this kid targeting me? You're not gonna kill me, kid.
The overall.
Come on, why are they targeting me?
Totino's pizza roll with a milkshake. No.
Like, no map, bro.
Right around the corner, but you can't travel or go to the bar for that matter. Just remember, you can always get creative with your booze and your shoes. Say hello.
No map.
The milk schnitzel.
I literally have like 500. Oh.
My Bookstein brings all the boys to the yard. Or the beer garden. Josh, there's no straw.
Yeah, so the straw is actually that knockwurst on top. We folded it up, so you're going to shove the knockwurst into the Hefeweizen pretzel and mustard milkshake. And so you're trying to get some of the mustard whipped cream on top and a little bit of the schnitzel sprinkles. For the non-cleanser, we have some sauerkraut, dry meat.
So you stick the winner into the shoe.
That's how it was explained to me.
6 people left.
So, big weedy beer. I'll tell you that.
Shut up, shut up.
What is it called?
Shut up, Mark.
So it's like I think this is got a good chance. It's like a beer float.
Like, I can't hear.
Oh, that beer taste. Oh, that's nice.
Sausage chip accent with beer.
Oh, yeah, I can totally taste some sausage.
Uh,
You gotta practice your initial reaction. Even if you don't like it, make it look like you do. Well, I know, just to give it a chance.
number one has 4 names clicks, of course.
Take it in. Keep smiling. Keep smiling. Doesn't that help? Nothing coming out.
Yeah,
My knock worse is
40.
knocked out.
Yeah, each elimination's one.